And we're live. There you are. How's everybody doing? Mike Roller here. Maybe a longer thing for this. Going on a little bit early. Man, it's just falling through. It's been an amazing conversation with Metatron right now. So, man, where to even start? I hope that it flows the way it was when we were just talking. So, see here. But it's just, where do we start? How's everybody doing up there early? So, busy or planning doing stuff, but recorded anyway. Today, we're going to talk about the dimensions of existence, which is really all about perspective. The idea that there's magic in the world is something that appeals to all of us. The idea, that there is a hero story, that there is a victory, that there is this heaven and hell, right? It exists within us all, and yet we suppress it in a lot of ways. It's like the world, we all feel, somewhat work. It's like people don't trust people in the world, or no, what's going on with this country, that country, these people, who's that, who's this. But then we're all trying to say, oh yeah, living a good life. I'm always happy out here, like, yeah, how are you, but then like secretly, what's going on in our heads? What's really at the core belief, you know. And not that it's violent in any way towards another person, but it's that fear, and are we being honest? Are you being on? Are we really just worried about trusting everyone as if trusting someone else, what's the lesson? What's the takeaway? Trust yourself, right? Trust those that you truly know you can. And when you know those people, which hopefully you've all met at least one, like, parent or family member, at least somebody who, it's like never really, was bogus in a go. Yeah. But, Metatron just comes in and he starts going, he's like life, colors, shapes, creations, how so many things, it's all about. But then, breaking it down, I'm like, we got to break this down. We got to make this simple so people can, really grasp all of this stuff and realize that we've been talking about these things for since the beginning of time. There's system after system after system after system after system. Like didn't what is it? What we're doing in America of democracy, right? Didn't that fail in Roman? I mean, I'm not hoping for it again, but it's like we're believing in things that we can trust, and then therefore we lose our trust in ourselves, belief in ourselves. We lose the true growing of ourselves in, or not true growing, like so, but a big part of our evolution there, because we want to do systems all the time. These are the machinations of man, right? The and it's not like it's a bad thing, but it's taken when anything taken too far, creation. We all have, I always say we have it all. We have the knowledge, we have all the facts, we have everything we need, right? It's all there. We just have to put it together. And in putting it together, it's the perspective, which is, like I said right off the bat, it's all about that realization. What's awareness? What's meditation? It's getting yourself to a higher and higher place of more perception of yourself, of your energy, of the energy around you, of your life, of, things that maybe not just around you, but are within you. And that's that DNA, right? The DNA and the chemicals. So well, I don't want to say forgetting, but it's that unity, right? Like I say, science and spirituality. There's real science. This isn't just like or, you know, it's all real. This isn't just talk. People aren't, you know, but we live in this, oh, a system of it, like, oh, you conspiracy theorists or spiritual people who believe in magic and, you know, stuff like this. And then what? You're going to throw stuff and you're going to box it up and shut it and say that's what that is, you know, or whatever. And not like I'm picking on it, but the idea is it's all based in reality. It's all based in what we are and what we do and what we create all the time. And if you want to get the science side of it, it's based in the chemicals that we create, right? That's why it's so fascinating on both sides. You know, how science can prove things that we've never seen before happen, you know, in like a way for us to see it, you know, in you know, different way than us having to be like, or, you know, "Well, I had a feeling and an experience and I felt like somebody was here," you know. We've all felt that in some way, shape, or form. Somebody's watching you at some point. Could be anywhere, you know, in broad daylight, could have been, you know. But the chemicals, right? Science, it shows you add this, you add that, it creates that. What are we made of? Chemicals and, you know, material, minerals, and, you know, electrons, protons, neutrons, right? That's real stuff, right? And when you add them together and we create life. We already know how to create life. You know, we already know how this, that, and the other. Uh, you know, and it goes back to this whole, you know, pandemic that we're going through. You know, it's just like, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, you know, we've been experimenting on humans since the beginning of time. Slavery was real, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so we live in, like I'm saying, perspective. It's almost like we live in this world where it's like we know it's all dangerous. We're all afraid of, you know, everyone's afraid of it. Nobody trusts nobody else from any other country or whatever. But then, you know, everything's fine. It's all fine. Don't worry, no. Oh, you're just worried. You're over worried or something. You know, I mean, man, the war. Well, the war we can prove because we've been at it. Nobody knows why, but we're still there, so we can at least prove that because we can see that. You know, so it's like it's the cognitive dissonance that the whole world has. You know, I got it too in certain ways. That's what it's all about, meditation and realizing, like, oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 okay. You know, I was thinking wrong on that, or it was like that's why it does this because it's all. And you know, I wanted to call this the reset. It was Metatron. We kind of wanted like, you know, parentheses reset. Or is everybody ready for the reset? You know, we need a reset. Everybody needs that reset. Vacation, this, whatever, like everyone's saying. And it's all about resetting yourself. You came here to reset everything. You got the DNA you did, you have the soul lessons and the soul lives and the ancestry and the memory from all of that. And so you can align it and you can make it right and you can go back. Why do we think of things that have happened in the past, or, you know, and you don't want to dwell, right? But, you know, we're like healing those timelines. You know, we're looking at those timelines in a different way. And in the world of creation and matter, okay, where it is real, okay, you know, like it creates it. The situation only even happened because it was created. So the idea of sending, and how did that happen? Well, from the thoughts. It's not like we're just, you know, walking around, you know, like lifeless dolls, just like, you know, acting like that. No, there's a reason why that happened. You did that. You did that. There was a thought that initiated all of that. There was a bunch of thoughts and then actions and then more. So by retracing your thoughts, you know, reset, to reset, because it's about perspective. It's about gaining more and more awareness of all of the dimensions of existence that exist: mind, body, soul. Okay, it's all in your head, it's all in your heart, in your body, right? And then it's all in your soul. Well, that's not like one's limited to the other. Hey, Galactica. Mwah. Um, and I wanted to reference the Chinese, right? The Chinese, they talk they don't have a word for soul like we say soul in the West or whatever, wherever else people say soul. It's more defined in their culture because they have their history on it and they remember things and they've mapped out the meridian system. They got the Tai Chi master. Where's the Tai Chi master from America? Huh? Huh? What? I'm waiting. You know what I mean? And yeah, we got some MMA dudes that'll jack you up, whatever. Those guys are crazy. I mean, you know, but it's like, you know, I'm talking about mind, body, and, you know, you know, mastery, you know, not just beating the heck out of someone, mastery. But, you know, hey, listen, I love fighting too. It's great. Just don't want anybody to get hurt. So, but they talk about Jing, Qi, and Shen. And I've mentioned this on other videos. And so your Jing is your like sexual essence. You can think of it as it's that energy. Your Qi is the life force, right? Is your heart energy, if you will. And then your Shen is your spirit. And so in each of our body parts, we have all three of those. So we have Jing, Qi, and Shen all in our lungs, right? So your lungs have a soul, and it has in your heart, your whatever, your whole body, because all of you is animated from all of that ancestry, and it's all from your lessons and everything that you've got, and anything that you were supposed to be fractaled off and put into here, right, in order to fulfill your mission, right? Whatever it is for you, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Even if it's just to have kids and live a human life, you know, that's why you came. So people wonder all the time, meaning of life, creation, you know, what's it's like 3D, you know, again, practical example, dimensions. Look at something 2D on a piece of paper, look at something 3D. It looks way cooler. No offense to the 2D, I'm not saying it's not like it's cooler, it's just more detailed. So it gives another layer, right? So how many layers are we going through life? How many things do you have in the way of what it is that your mission is? What dimensions are still affecting your reality, right? Awareness, right? That's why I have this channel, step, whatever. Yeah, channel, the whole whatever. And Sundays. What am I doing today? I just called it Sunday Spiritual Session because it was all S's, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't know if I should change it. I just want something simple like blah. Come join me for blah. Blah blah. Come join me for blah blah. That's me. But yeah, like we got to put all this together. You know, all the fighting. Well, we're at war because they pissed on me, so I'm pissing on them. All right. Well, clearly, the masters are here to lead us all into the fucking promised land. Holy shit! I trust you guys more than these ass hats. Shit's hilarious. See, I can go from like, you know, negative 100 to 100 and like, you know, that's that Libra. You know, all of it. Life. This is what we want, life. That's why we're here. Came to do that here. You, in your alignment, heals everything. Everything. The idea of living in a different dimension is the same as the practicality that your humans would explain, your science would explain, in that if you were a being on another dimension that had different chemicals and atmospheres or whatever, and didn't breathe oxygen, breathe something else, well, you'd have a different chemical makeup, but the creation would be the same. Your planet would have more, you know, phosphorus in the atmosphere, would have more whatever, you know, minerals, like all the dirt, you know, all the stone is gold or something, and, you know, whatever, and emeralds, and that's it. You know, well, then you'd be the emerald gold planet, what, you know, the planet of Oz. Right? Yellow brick road, and then we got the emerald. There you go. So you'd be the planet of Oz, is what we would call you guys. It's not what it is because we're just figuring it out. You know, it's that limitation of life, sort of, too, that people, you know, this bogged down, where it's not, and not just frump around in my life. No, it's like, it's so much more than all of that. And we can all access it. We can all learn all of that stuff. You know, once we stop stealing everybody else's lunch money, once the world stops learning how to be bullies, once the world stops learning how to, you know, once we're allowed to think for ourselves and speak for ourselves and do for ourselves in the world, that's the freedom that you want. Right? That's what we all want. It's how do we get there? Because we're so used to the old, we're all tied up into a different, I mean, my whole life I've always like wanted to just run off into the forest and figure it out from there. Raised by wolves. Yes. Let's just go. I'm gonna be raised by a wolf. I'll figure it out. For sure. Just need like, one dude to, show me. We'll go. But no, I had to go to school and then I had to, whatever. I had to do all of that stuff, which we all have to do, So yeah, it's like I want to, be able to do all of that. Let's learn how to. I'm gonna make my own clothes. I'm gonna make my own cups. I'm gonna make my own. It's like that's crazy though. And we don't live in a world like that where you could just kind of like walk around and gather the resources you need, out of your own labor and earned, because that's somebody's property and you stole their twigs or something, or a tree. I know it's worth money. So, but it's like, so yeah, we're trying to do that. We're trying to do that. And the way we get there is with more awareness, with the love, with the understanding of what dimensions are. They're dimensions, they're practical, they're magical, they're colorful, they're all the different things, We've talked about it a million times. All the colorations, all the, red, feeling of red, slow vibration, lower, slower frequency, wavelength. And then violet's the higher one. And that's the only range we can see. So we got a lot of other energies that are around us all the time. It's like when you say, if you tell people, oh, the moon, or you say the planets are affecting, then people go, oh, whatever, No, that's a real thing. I know that it might not be real to you because, and hard and barely to me because we don't see it all the time up close and personal, but it's a thing that's there that is affecting our solar system, the area we reside in, and to the degree that it can for you affect you or not affect you, as we, heal, our old timelines, old things, they'll have less effect. But their being is the same. So, people say push and pulled by the moon. Okay, that's a more practical example, or you don't think the planet affects us. Well, you can see the sun, right? Sun's way over there. And because of it, you can see around you here. So it's hitting us here. Like we have all the practical examples in the world, man. Seriously, people say all this, woo woo and this and this and this. Wait until everyone figures out the woo woo has been the truth the whole way. And of course, there's probably gonna be a lot of us that are like way off because we're trying our best, like so hard to figure out so many little details of it all. But what's the one answer for all the different details? Right? What's the meaning of life? Well, all the different fractals, all the different, right? To experience it in that way, uniquely. But what's the one answer that sums them all up is the silence, is the meditation, is the alignment, is the quiet, is the way. And so it's called the Tao. Taoism is called Tao means way. Why can't I say this right now? My mind's going through it. Tao means way, the way. And it's the way that's not the way. It's referencing as best as it can a thing that it's trying to describe that can't be referenced, and that's where and it's been around for thousands of years. This isn't just some. I mean, look at what Bruce Lee can do, or could do. I don't know, R.I.P. It's like, yeah, guys. I mean, there's so much magic. The dimension that you want to put yourself in is up to you. What's up, Sarah? You got the red shoes. Let's go on the Oz. I know. That's I want. I want those so bad. My whole life I wanted red shoes. Just be like, click, click. I'm out. I'm gonna go to the beach and just kick it for like the next 29 days. When I need food, I'll just click, clack back. Hey, Ma. Yeah. What are you doing? Out partying? No, I was kicking it at the beach. Don't worry. But that's too funny. But it's what dimension. So what chemicals? It's why we love crystals. It's why we like aromatherapies. It's why anything. It's all happening now, all the time, constantly. Whatever. It's whatever you're doing. What's the meaning of life? What do you want it to be? You know, that's what it always is. Because once again, I am not the mind, I am not the body, I am not, I am the consciousness that animates this. I am the creator of my life. All right, right? You see how that is like two fat layers? It can have one like, yeah, right, totally, what are you talking about? And then a total like, ultimately, okay, yeah, I know. It's up to me. Right now I'm sitting here, right? You guys are, hanging out with me. It's like we could be, I could be learning the salsa thing. Yeah, see what it comes through. I love that you guys are here. Um, or whatever. Just even if I suck, I'm gonna just do it in my own house. I'm gonna grab the kid. That's why I always say, Mom's will grab me. Come on, Mark Anthony, let's go. All right, shit. I need to know. I need to know. Tell me, baby girl. Loved it. Too funny. And Dina calling out Gloria Estefan on me. How did she know that? How did she know that? Rhythm's gonna get you. Loved it. I was probably like 10 years old or something. All right, guys. What are we at? 22 minutes? Yeah, there's so much. The Metatron. Let's do Metatron. I'm feeling a little more cold. Get down a little. Get all that out of me first. He's like, it's unity. He's giving me the example of the water that you talk to. Dr. Emoto's when you're talking to the water and it literally changes based off of what you're saying. He's just like, it's as simple as that. You it's there's and then that thought like, okay, I think it's a meme I saw, where they say, or no, it's spirit, well, it's from spirit. If you knew the power of your thoughts, you'd never have a negative thought ever again. Like if you knew, you'd be so shocked, that you would never think you would stop everything you did, everywhere you went, and you would be hyper aware of. And I try to do that. I try to think that. I try to remind myself that that's a lot to do all the time. We try, yo. Like, woo. Um, let me see. What else? There was more. Yeah, that you are creator beings. You speak it into existence. Not for everyone else. That's the trap. That's the world. I keep looking up close. Like that. That's the truth. And it's not just the trap, because obviously you treat others well, and that's why we say you treat others, you're treating yourself. You realize this, you understand. It's, you know, I like the creator stuff. I just want to keep going. And that. But I keep telling him I want to do more of that. He's like, no, just keep talking. Hold on. Sorry. It's like, I'm talking about that. Okay. I know, we know. Um, being that force, right, in your life, that everything, all of the things that it's okay. He's like Carl Jung, all the personality types, um, the all of it. Are you more aggressive? Are you less? Are you more passive? Are you this? Are you that? Strengths, weaknesses. It's all about like already realizing that you see it, you know what it is, and you know what else to put in there. You know what you can use. Mind, body, soul. Remember the dimensions. You have to keep your mind clear and clean. You have to keep your body clean and clear, and you have to keep your soul aligned and clean and clear. Because it's like the power of the technology we have. We can clean it in an instant, but as long as you're in uncleanliness, then it's affecting it consistently. And so it's an overriding fight. And we'll never win because it starts up there from the creation, and they can always manipulate, change timeline, influence this, influence, right? Because that's what we're doing up there. And then we only see the effects down here. And so then there's all the detachment practices and the things like that. The idea that I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. These are just thoughts. These are just emotions. It's like kids. When you're kids, you have a million thoughts. Doesn't mean you believe, every single one of them. Half of them you forget about. They go, it's there, it's gone. You play, games with your friends, and then the whole thing's over. And then, I don't know. Some people have like crazy style memories, like remember everything. Like that's how they were made. And so I wonder how it is for them. I definitely don't. Um, I'm that type, do my work and then I'm done. No more attachments to it, no more, I know it's there, I know what it did, let's learn, right? And move forward. And I think that's where a lot of the world is at. We're still stuck in our attachments to the past, what happened, in fear of the futures. But as creator beings, just have to remember that you are creating in every single moment. Whatever it is that you think, whatever you want to do, and you're bringing it to you. Your strengths, your weaknesses. Remember, we're electromagnetic beings, so it's not just one way or the other. We have to learn how to give and receive. And to learn how to do it, remember how to do it as a soul, as a being of consciousness, from consciousness, that's here for a purpose of life. What's the purpose of life? This is why you know why you're here. It's not about condensing the soul into the human as much as it's about ascending the human into the soul, right? Bringing the soul and the human, it goes both ways, but you can't shove it in, right? But why you're here. It's just not a human, reason or whatever. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to live every single reason every day as a human, but um, that's whatever is figure out the rest. Okay, thanks. Right, they're like, no, that explains it. So you just stay aligned, like that you're here for this, that you're here for that, and it's not about fitting into the society. Sorry guys, it's not working no more, guys. Not gonna work. Sorry, you guys are going down. Saying, just putting that out there. Sorry. I just feel a little crazy in there. There's not enough crazy. I might get messy. Oh my goodness. Whew. We all know it. Because again, what do I always say? One thing to do in life is just be nice, right? All the videos in the world, all the problems in the world, we don't have water. Let's go get some. But we don't have food. We literally have mass production on the global America produces so much food that like we waste. Like I forget how much exactly, but you guys have seen that? Like we waste tons of food in America. We make so much. And then we got starving, the other ones starving. So if people don't understand and see how obviously clear it is that we have rulers, okay, that are ruling based off their own agendas that has to do with not feeding their people, not giving them water, not doing a whole lot of other stuff that, would be kind of nice. I mean, and that's why, I say all the time, we all know it, but why are we like denying it? Why are we like, because people don't want to be hurt. People don't want to say it. Dang, that's messed up. We live in a world like that. That, please, say that with me, please, all of us. And that's the thing. We all say that. Everybody, right? It's like, instead of gauging who knows more or who's been through what else that you ain't been through or whatever, why don't we just start talking and listening? That's it. Man, life is hard, guys. And I get it. It is. I have days, right? Why do I have days where it's just like, oh, that's because of that collective consciousness. We were here. We can. So people, like, what are we connecting to? The global collective consciousness of where we're at. That's why we have to be here to spiral, to rotate it. Yes. Some of y'all know what I'm saying. I've been live on my channel, some of this might be a little too much. So I got cards. I brought my cards, guys. I'm gonna show you now. I'm glad for a little bit. If anybody wants to, you guys want Shaman's Dream or Sacred Earth, or I'm feeling Sacred Earth. Okay, it's been decided. Let's see what the Native Americanos, Cubanos say about things, but I mean, just it's all right in the palm of our hands. You got hope in your hands. See, now I'm messing. All right, so I can't sing it. what was that movie? He did Hong Tong Monday. He was singing it in like Chinese. Dude was singing it like different. It had to be a Jackie Chan. It had to be a Jackie Chan. I don't think it was like a Jet Li. Let's see. Let's go here. Ooh, that's what I'm looking for. We got, wow. Okay, hold on. I'm going to look through this deck. So we're going to go A through Z, right? We got alchemy, perception, potential, discernment, right? So A, P, D, C, E, U, L, back to P. We got an H, we got an M, we got an F, and again, this isn't like all of the A through Z words, but I'm saying it because we got renewal. So who's talking about a reset here? These are pretty cool. You gotta look kind of close to see through. It's like all water. There's brushes. We got renewal. We got repetition. Interesting. Over and over until we get it. Until we get it. Ready, but waiting. Right. That's what we all are. What does that mean to you? How good? See, I love that. I love Sacred Oracle cards. My favorites. They always say the timeline, boom, like right where it's at. Nicole, okay, yeah. What's for Nicole? Ooh, I got chills already. Got goosebumps. Oh, they went away as soon as I started. Ready and waiting is what we are. And actually, when I flipped them over, Ready and Waiting was on top. So the way they fell were face down. So I did it as, you know, it was just a quick 3. I was surprised 3 fell off too. I mean, I don't get 3s. I get like chunks, and it's like, okay, redo, or like one of the chunk flies around, like this one. It's open Nicole. Nicole's got surface. I'll read you the book. Look at that. What? No way. What did I just say these cards do? They tell you your timeline. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll be watching you, Nicole, doing your thing. Okay, hold on. Surface. It could mean 2 different things. I'm getting it means rising to the surface, but then you're also only you want to wait at the surface. You're only, or ST. Come on. Excuse me. Okay. So they have the earthly meaning, the spiritual meaning, and the insight. So the earthly meaning is accept someone at face value. An underlying motivation surfaces, stability allows creativity to flourish, a return to calm after a temporary upheaval. We are all a little messy beneath the surface. Judge someone on their actions and the beauty they bring to the world. A gold heart lies beneath a tough exterior. Do not dismiss pleasantries. They grow strong foundations. Be wary of cynicism. Spiritual meaning. Just below the surface of what we think is reality is the powerful, dreamlike realm of imagination. It is from this world of pure creativity that everything comes to life, is built or discovered. Your imagination is not restricted to the physical or known world. It is unlimited, multidimensional, free, and clear. Mine the treasures of your soul and let your true self surface. Yeah, exactly. And the insight. These are kind of cool. They're like backpacks. So Earth's rocky surface was formed by the cooling of lava around 4.5 billion years ago. Beneath the dirt, plants, and oceans that cover Earth, there's a hard layer of rock. The surface layer is made up of large plates that shift and collide, forming mountains and continents. It is hot and dark beneath the surface. Some life exists there, proving how remarkable and resilient life can be. But it is on the surface that life thrives. The rock-hard surface is the thinnest layer of Earth. It floats on top of the softer, gelatinous mantle. Pressure builds beneath the surface as its release causes quakes and eruptions. When this happens, we glimpse the world that lies beneath, the stability on which life flourishes. We delve into the darkness beneath the surface to find gold and other gems. But do those treasures compare to the colorful splendor and diversity of life on the surface? Ooh, that was intense. That was a crazy insight what you got from that one, Mr. Author. Whoa. I like that. And that's exactly it. This is the realm, just even the realm of the physical and non-physical. That's why are we here? Well, because this is an awesome place. Earth is awesome. Amagaya is pretty cool, yo. With the seasons and the mountains and the rivers and oceans and lake. I mean, it's pretty neat here, Just spend a couple days out in nature and you'll remember. Um, it depends how addicted to social media or video games a kid is, though. You might need like a week to remember. Like, no, then he probably really listen. Like, no, we're going outside forever, because you're gonna suffer 3 days, no games. For real. Right? Like, no. Oh my gosh, I totally saw there was the TikTok where the dad lawnmowered over the kids' video games. He was like, you've been out of school for 3 months, I think, which I was like, that's a little soon, Dad. Like, You know, he just got out of school. He loves to game. He finally let him go. You know, but I mean, 3 months. That's a lot of mornings waking up seeing your kid. I don't know who. You know, it's not me to judge. He lawnmowed every single one of them, like hundreds of dollars or whatever. It was like, I was looking at it like, you could just sold them on eBay, son. Got like half the money back, or I mean, whatever it goes for. You could have. I mean, I was just like, Dad, you want him to get a job? Well, then he could sell them and then start right there. And look, he made money. It's like, geez. But the reaction was hilarious. He was like screaming. But too funny. Gaia is the best. Yes. Oh my gosh, I know. Yes, Amy. Galactica's driving and listening. Cool, cool. Yup, going about the day. I know. I gotta do. What was I gonna do today? I gotta do stuff today. I don't even remember. I woke up a little like 9:30, so that's why I put this hour later. But then it just started coming through right away. I was like, dang, all right. Pretty cards. Oh, thanks. Still working. Oh, Sarah, you at work? Yeah, Sarah. Yeah. Yeah, hit me up later, yo. Look at Ketchup. It's been a while. Love all you guys, man. This world, it's like, you know, it's like I consider myself a truth seeker, right? Like anybody, but it's like I think we're almost trying too hard. Everybody trying to, you know, it's just funny. Things have been around for thousands of years. We already have it. We have the proof. There's too much ignorance, like or like willfully, like I don't want to know. You know what I mean? It's you know, gotta stop letting people like this make choices. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No, that was George Carlin. That was George Carlin. George Carlin. I'm blaming you. Yeah, I'm blaming you because I'm a channeler and I channel energy. So like none of this is like none of this is what I'm even saying. You know, this is all just spiritual stuff, right, guys? Because none of it's real, but it is real. Oh my God, what are we doing? I can't figure it out. See, and that's what I mean. It all comes from the systems. It all comes from like this is what it is. It's like, no, this is all we know so far, man. It's all it ever is. It's all we know so far. You know? Except for certain things like, you know, like concepts, theories. I shared that Terrence Howard. I keep talking about math. We keep adding up math. Yeah, math works for what math works for, right? There's a lot of calculations that don't work. There's a lot of, you know, other things that, you know, it's like look at the pie, right? It goes on forever. Okay. You know, look at and once we apply it, right? So take math, take some science, take some spirituality. We got a trinity going on, right? Like we can put this together. The separation is unfortunately we have like the system of like you study this one thing and then you go off in that and you have to study for 6 years, 4 years. I mean, you got to do your gen eds at least right off the bat, so that's two years right off the bat of college, basic. Which you just did for 12 years, you know. But they make you do 6 years to be a doctor, and then you actually have to come one, get a thing going, and then you gotta go back to school and you keep going back to school and you keep for this, for that, for this. We need to like come together. Be like, oh hey, you're a doctor, you're this. Like instead of having like doctor groups of meetings or like you know this industry groups of meetings, this and well nobody understands me. Yeah, that's why we don't understand a lot of things. Like we got my country over here, we got your country over there. We got your people here, we got my people here. We got mine separate, you know, we got my you know, it's all here. It's all here, but it all comes from what we're buying into is the only and all. That's not the only and all. It's not even close. You know what I mean? Shit. Woo, that was a bit that hit me hard. You know, blade of grass is a blade of grass. Nobody cares. Piece of paper. No one cares. Yeah, great. Chop down the tree and figure out how to make paper. No one cares. All right. That's why now I'm doing my no one cares thing. You know, right? That's because we have to remember that we identifying too hard. I'm a accountant. No one cares, John. No one cares. You know. I mean, we do. Like, I'm happy. Like, but again, I don't care that you're an accountant. I care, are you like happy as an accountant? Is your life good? You know, like I would rather hear you say, I am happy. I'd be like if somebody yelled that, you know, hey, what are you? I'm happy. I'd be like, yeah, me too, or something, you know. He'd be like, I'm an accountant. And everybody would be like, okay. It's not the same thing. What are we valuing, guys? Right? Where are our priorities? I can get that out. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. We're just waking up finally. Yeah, start back when I know. He's the best. He says, they tell you to put your seat back forward on the plane. You know, put your seat back forward. I don't bend that way, right? That's his getting on the plane bit. They say get on the plane. I say I'm getting in the plane. Let Evil Knievel get on the plane. I'm getting in the plane. I forget what else he does. Those are some good ones. He's a wordplay. He was like a wordsmith. You know, that's why he's so good at like he does the brain droppings, which are his audios. And they're really good. They're really funny. You know, they're just things that you don't think of. The reasons why we should all be talking to each other, sharing our perspectives, because, and I've made this video before too, it doesn't matter what dimension of existence you exist in, you're giving perspective in your sharing to someone who doesn't. You know, people, it's like, and that's why we got stupid class and all the judgment. Like, it's like, we got high class, low class, or whatever. And it's just like it, no matter what, your perceptions aren't the same. You can learn something from each other because the the low class going to teach you how to feed the whole family with one box of pasta and some spaghetti sauce, and that's it. You know, he's going to feed 5 people because we got a guest. We got all 4 plus 5 with one box. How's that happen? I don't know, but you know, I mean, I'm not as hungry as I was. We all had a little, you know. Whereas in you can't keep your bank account, you know, stable or something or whatever. What is the Bill Burr? He says these celebrities spending too much money. I just like Britney Spears buys a helicopter. I just put glitter on the part. He's just cracking up. And that's what it all is. Like we all know it. So I keep saying it. We all know it. Everybody's seeking and we all know it. Like 9/11. Oh yeah, 9/11. I love that. It's like my favorite. That is my favorite, most blatant, obvious setup. And like most of the world picked up on that. I think a lot of the world really picked up on it. That's why you don't see uh the don't forgets or never remembers anymore. They don't want to bring it up anymore. It's kind of funny. The third building fell. Give me a break. The first two shouldn't have fell. It's obvious. And people want to argue facts, you know. I'm gonna fact check that one on Facebook. Let's do that one next. Fact checkers. You better hurry up and change wiki. Gosh, not right away. They didn't fall. What was it? He figured out word spell a long time ago. Yeah, he did. He was great at it. Early, because then he go to like, did he go to like Juilliard and stuff? Like he went to like legit acting school, I think, right? Um, or he tried to get into Juilliard. Um, but yeah, but the third building is from ashes. The official story is ashes. That's what I'm saying. You know, you better change your wiki because, well, if they haven't already, it's not like I've looked it up in a really long time. But the official story from the govs, the government was that ashes from the other two. You know, there's so many ashes that had burned the whole building down. That's why all of the other buildings around it fell too, right? Retards. You know what I mean? Like how did they say this and it's believed? Like how and where does that sense of like allegiance even begin? You know what I mean? Like where? How? Is anyone seeing this too? And the thing is, we are, but people are afraid to admit it because you're going to be said, "Oh, I'm a conspiracy theorist." No, you're a fucking fact checker. You're the original fact checker. Who do you think was checking facts before these fuckers came out? All of us, motherfuckers. You know, shit. Fact check these nuts. But we're gonna have to fact check in a minute. Fucking excuse my French. Not safe for work. That's why this is not safe. It's not for kids. Because I don't know when it's gonna come out. Depends what we're talking about. And seeing that right there, right? You sit with spirit and you realize your triggers. Easy as that, you know. And then you have to make sure that you differentiate when it's your trigger, but it's not a bad thing, you know. Like we got a lot to talk about. We got to stop thinking like, oh no. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of us lovers and not haters, you know, saw this came to this place when, you know, like this is some bullshit. Like, we need so you know, we gotta spruce up a little, right? I mean, what's that saying? Like, you know, the worst thing is when a good man does nothing or something like that. A good person does nothing. Because that's what it all is. We all want this place back, all of us, like everybody does. And if you want to rule it, bye bye. That's it. That's my only rule in the land of Michael. If you want to rule anything or anyone or anything here, you know, if you want a house or some shit, you want that one, just ask, okay? Right? And we as a community over time will build it for you if someone lives in that one you want and one that's like it. Well, I mean, you know, it's like we can do this, humans, right? We're just not raised that way. And okay, and so here's another. I'm learning Norse mythology. I got a deck downstairs, and so they're talking about all of it. And so while I was in the deck and I was reading through the gods and the beings, the dwarves, the greatest dwarves came. I can't remember your name. It's not. Was it More, M-O with two dots on top, and then another O and then an R. So it's like I don't know how. And then forget the other one. Someone with a D, but they came in hard, and they were just like, and the first thing that they hit me with was when they came in. I noticed the sense of me sitting there because I was reading, and I was just sitting on the floor reading the book, and immediately it was the recognition from their perspective where they're workers, they're dwarven, they you know they're builders and they're always doing that, and then they're looking at me just reading in that concept of a different time, you know, like you know, as the times change, our parents, grandparents, they say, you know, if we had things you had, I mean, we could have created, you know, look at the time. I mean, and again, the reason we're saying this perspective, the strengths and weaknesses, anything. It's like we all know what to do. We all know what to do. We all know how to do it. We all know what we can do. You know, and being exactly how you are, who you are, is exactly the point of your existence, right? Like it's beyond all of the we're always trying to match up to somebody or something in the world, you know. And that was what we're talking about downstairs too. The idea of, you know, having a look like this or having a look like that, or you know, it's all that's all the it's not fakery, you know. If it comes from yourself, your heart, your soul, and it makes you feel good, then that's great. But you know, it's like as kids when you don't care about stuff like that, right? we all reference, maybe many people, hopefully, childhood and that youthfulness that we all have, and how life is simpler, right? Because we just kept going in a direction. We knew how we felt. We knew we wanted to hang out with this kid. We knew or they want to hang out with that kid. Like, how did we do that? How did we do that as kids, where we just naturally started talking to each other, we hung out, and then we figured out, who our friends are, whatever through life, and then we get older and we don't know how to do that. A guy and a girl can't be friends, especially if they have partners. God forbid, two random. Oh no, you guys are never gonna hang out. Right? Not according to your partners. I mean, it's all kinds of shit that we've come up with as humans. Like, because we all came out of high school and we never got out of high school, or whatever. And not all of us. I keep saying all these, all or nothing terms, but it's at least for me, American experience too, right? Like, but school, right? I'll go about school, but it's like we're creating so much, and we want to change the dimension we live in. We'll change your chemicals. I shared that with the squad, right? The iron, the copper, when these things come together and they're added, the nanoparticles, right? That's the mind, the conceptualizations of it. It's not nanoism, it's just automated. It's your automation, it's your creation. That's the nano, right? So when you combine everything, it makes everything. What's at the core of the earth? They say, right? I don't even remember. It's a fusion of hydrogen and whatever, and iron and whatever, right? It's stuff. It's not magic, spirit. It's all the same shit. So when we understand these elements in our lives, right? So again, Jing, Qi, and Shen, right? Your Qi, the life force of the physical, it's like the middle plane, right? Is the Qi, right? Your Jing is like the lower. It's where you get your roots and your sustenance from. Your Jing is your um, it's your creation, physical earth. It's your sexual energy, and then the Shen, the spirit, right? And I don't know if now, and it depends, because if you apply that in martial applications, it changes, because then you use the chi from, I guess it still would be the middle plane, because then your Jing is actually the force you create. So yeah, again, it's creation in the physical. That's how I would describe it. But again, it's just another analogy, right? It's like how we remember stuff by associations or word no, what's the one? Abbreviations or whatever. All of them. Can't think of other ones. It's all the same stuff, and we notice things. It's how we learn. We notice patterns. We notice, and so once we see past all of it, religions, there's hundreds of them, thousands, who knows, right? It's the same shit, rinse and repeat, guys. Everything is, your life, same shit as a quadrillion other lives, dude. No, not specifically like in this room, like I'm so unique. Yeah, no one cares. Now we're going back to no one cares. We're all unique, so let's all go be unique. Stop, let's stop, like, if we are all that, we should see all that in each other, and we should love and respect each other, and then we can experience all of that. I've traveled the world. I don't care. You know what I mean? Did you learn anything? I've experienced so many cultures. Did you learn anything? I can speak in language, and again, I think it's great. Like, it's not like I don't want to go, but it's physical, mental, spiritual. That's what it is. Because emotional is mental. It comes from your mental. Your beliefs create your thoughts. Your thoughts create your intentions. Your intentions lead to your actions, right? And your actions lead to your It's because it's the circle. It leads to your soul. It leads to your what you've learned, because it doesn't matter, like say why or what or whatever, but like you just learn what you can, just learn what you can, right? Again, no one cares. I know this. I didn't. Right? Thank you for sharing. It was amazing. Right? Now I do. Watch. Can I show you? Watch. Let me show you something. Got something for you. Let's trade. You know, it's as simple as that. Weirdest, right? But then we grow up and it's like kids, because kids can be mean, right? Kids fight. They get upset. Boom, boom, boom. You know, and then it's because of the difference in the perspectives of the way they were raised. It has to do with, but it ultimately comes down to their interpretation of why they're feeling what they're feeling, right? And all of these things that kids are not taught, right? Emotional intelligence, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, fancy word. Okay, I don't really give a shit what the word is. Remember all those fear and eyes glued to the Bluetooth. Oh yeah, crazy. Yeah. Plan demos. Oh gosh, I know. You can't safely demo an entire building like that in a few hours. Yeah, I know. Well, and there's so many. Oh god, there's so many facts. They pulled the dog sniffing or the bomb sniffing dogs out like 3 days prior, 2 3 days prior for training. Well, shit, they missed it. The only time it gets hit, and they missed it. Um, nano, and shuts Bluetooth. Nanu. Sorry, I'm thinking nano. Thank you for that. Just please no more sky spraying with barium and aluminum, because we all know spells on the periodic table put them together. Yeah, and exactly. And that's why it's like and it's in your brain, right? 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 Where does all the chemicals come from? Because we have to remember our cells are dividing from the inside. We can create anything new. Cancer, it just doesn't exist and then it festers. It comes from the fester. So stop festering. Right? Creating your vibrational imprint. When we're made of these things too, of the coppers, of the this, of the that. That's why supplements are important. Take, like magnesium, copper, zinc, you want all of that, but when we're jumping around, walking around the earth, we're planting it down. I was talking with Angel, right? Shout out Angel Fish. Um, and but explaining the experiment that they did where they took a guy's hair, probably a hair, but they took his DNA and they put it in a jar and they put it in another room, put him in another room, and then exposed him to like TV, like shocking and different emotions or whatever, pictures, slideshows put in front of him. And they said that every time he would react in that room, they would react, or his DNA would react instantly. And then so they kept doing it over and over, and they were taking it further and further and further away. So they eventually took it like 500 miles away, and to the split super nanosecond that guy was getting stimulated from whatever, his DNA 500 miles away was getting stimulated. Boom. At the same time. So you know what that means? Kind of, it's not creepy, but it's almost like, whoa, that means every single piece of hair, because we know hair like exists forever. Is it for real forever? It's like forever, right? Isn't it? It might decrepit eventually, but all of your hair molecules somewhere are reacting, are putting off an energetic puff off of you. It's not, it's not, it's not imagination. They proved it. They did experiments on it, not me. Okay, so again, it's not my opinion. This is, they did it's like how they made a silver molecule out of thin air, out of just energy. Duh. You don't think we can make this stuff? If we can look at it and break it down and see what it's made out of, we can just put it back together, right? And like thousands of years, we've had this technology. Everything is so different. Everything is so different that I want to say like getting a six pack, watching the game on the weekends, and because it's not like a bad thing, because then that's what it's all about too. I don't know, perspective. It's all perspective. Angelfish. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I try to laugh about it. That's why I bring in all the different angles. I love that Libra flying back and forth. It just cracks me up. Because I don't care. I just sit in the middle and I go like, right? That's what I've been doing my whole life, just looking around at people like, okay. Whatever everybody says, I don't know. I'm trying. What are we supposed to do? Oh, I got to work on myself? Shit. What do I got to do? I get some more stuff I got to do. Yeah, okay. Well, all right. Well, I'll fit it in when I got time. Okay, because it's like, but that's the thing too. It's like, it's not like you're bad, right? The idea of shadow work, fixing yourself, do it with love. Do it. Have fun with it, right? We think we're putting the judgment on it from the system, from that says, like, oh, I got shadow work and my self-image because I'm fat. You know what I mean? Like, so I have, this, so I have to let that go. It's like, the only reason you feel that way is because the world tells you that. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Even if you like have fat on you, even if you are, it's like that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. As a soul being, like I said, it's shit that we, the human, yeah, you and everyone else is fat. Okay? Fucking some people are, some people aren't. And there's people who love that. There's people who love that. More pushing for the cushion. Come on now, we know. I get loud. Um, hey Adam, what's up, man? Great point for the collective. Experiments prove the human brain can create structures in 11 dimensions too. Oh, cool. Yeah. See, where's that on CNN? You know what I'm saying? Where's, where's, come on, man. We are living in such a narrow fucking idea of life. Holy shit. Why do people talk about psychedelics, DMT, and all that shit, right? Like Joe Rogan coming out on all that, Timothy Leary. It's not, because it's not. The science says it tricks your brain into thinking something's there that's not. Let's just say, for example, okay, how, Mr. Science? Well, using science, it's a chemical that you put in there that, yeah, changes your reality. I'm not asking you. It's not about, oh, that's not how reality really is. No, that's not how we are sustained in this place. But so you're literally saying I could drink this little thing and I'm gonna be off in a freaking, who the hell knows? Right? Jeez Louise. Magic mushrooms. Imagine you were the first guy to figure that one out. Oh, that would have been great. Oh, I want to see stuff like that. I want to know when I'm released this Mortal Kombat. I want to watch as a spirit the first. Like, did they make a whole meal for the whole family, and then everybody was tricked out? Oh shit, that would be awesome. It would be so epic. Like, we are not cooking with these mushrooms ever again, but we're gonna sell it to everybody. Yes. And so started the drug wars. No, actually, people were just buying it and doing it. No one really, but who knows? Who knows? You gotta be careful with that stuff. That's when the experimentation started. Oh man, if that's how everything started, woo, man, we are wild beings. We are wild, soul traveling, wild, whatever. So much more. I'm not just an amoeba that grew into sludge as carbon and then made myself into a monkey or an ape and then And again, I'm not saying there's not a connection there. There definitely is. I'm sure a lot of it. Who knows? We probably did. We probably were more on the earth down here. We probably were on all fours. Never figured out how to walk upright. Yeah, because we got more intelligence, knowledge. We started doing this, started doing that. Doesn't mean it's better. No, it just means that now it literally means that if you got dropped in the forest, you'd die. Right? So what's better? Well, it's not better or worse. It's just the direction that we've gone. We live in cities and shit. Rural, still kind of, there's towns. It's up to us. It's a choice. It's like, it's freedom of life that is available to us. But we have to learn. You have to learn all the stuff. You have to take the time. You want to change it, you got to learn it all. You got to put your head to the books. You got to learn how to, like me, gardening, and I'll learn all of that shit. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna grow every single plant, every single thing that you could possibly eat that I can possibly grow in the climate, and then I'll bring the rest inside. But that's something I want to learn. It's just we keep going, and then we share, man. We talk, we share, right? Like, you're a biologist, great. I'm not. Can you help me? I grow garden. I can help you grow. I got a green thumb. Give your plants to me. I'll heal. I'm pretty good at that. They're easy. They just need love. Everything needs love. If you can't take care of. That's why they say you want kids, get a pet first, right? And some of y'all should have got pets first. Just kidding. I'm just teasing. Again, because I'm not judging, right? Like, shoot, you know how to take care of a kid. Drop me off in your house, I would die. Like I said, I would die. You know, no, we'd be good. I'd probably figure it out. But there'd be a lot of stuff I'd have to go through, like you did. So there's a lot that I don't know. It's not. We could all just be, and this is, that's why a lot of people go to bars, and it's nice in the beginning when it's still a little early. So then it's like, okay, I want to be here, and it's getting a little crazy. What time? All just fun. It's all just fun. And that's the perspective. It's all about you changing your perspective on everything. Like, people, oh my God, you said this, you're conspiracy. So how does that make you feel? Are you okay? Like, why are you worried about me being who I am? Like, I'm not, you know. Like seriously, look how intensely we're looking and judging every single thing that someone's doing, thinking that they're like the next terrorist. I found the bomb guy who walked in because I followed him. He looked suspicious, and I followed him. And then he went to unlocked his bike and drove home. He didn't break into the maintenance room, wire up some. Most of the world does not want to do this. We don't live in this kind of world for real. That's just what they can keep painting. Like, every single day of your life, you go to work and then you go home. That's it. I'm just saying, I'm spitballing. Right? What happens every day, every week, every month, every year? We're still going. And it's not to say that crazy stuff isn't happening. Yeah. But that is the narrative. That's all of the bullshit. It's obvious once you start looking. Obvious. Right? Because who wants to do that? Who I can't live in a world, I'm not living in a world where I'm afraid of fucking everything. Can't do it. Can't. Maybe that's why I'm here talking about all this shit. Maybe that's why I see it the way I see it. Maybe that's why I wanted to be Libro times two. Right? Um, you know, where it's like, I go over here, I go over there, and I don't care. All at the same time. Trinity. I'm over there, I'm over there, right here at the same time. Like, and we all are. You can go into your past, your present, or your future, and create whatever it is that you want to create. Because through our DNA, we're connected to the energy that exists. Because that's why we look the way we look, right? And if we think of the Jing, Qi, and Shen, it's all, every aspect of that is in every other aspect. It's all connected, right? So your Jing, Qi, and Shen, you can go into your past, heal it spiritually. It will affect the energy, right? Who are you now to your past self? You are the ascended being sending the message of energy, of love and light to a part of you that's seeking to catch that energy, that's looking, that's trying, that you were trying in your past, right? You forgive that and it heals the whole thing. And then you can see it again, and it just becomes another piece of the puzzle that created life. That was part of your experience, right? Your physical experience. It's like the photo books, guys, you know. We love them. Everybody loves a photo book. Doesn't matter who you are. I don't care how gangster you are. Your mama whips out the photo book, you better sit down and go through some of them photos. Don't even play around. But so it's epic. It's epic and meaningless, as in whatever we want it to mean at the same time. And until we understand these concepts as a collective, right? That's what the more we talk, you guys too, the more we come up with stuff like this, that, 100th monkey, right? And then we share it to each other. Say, hey, that's why sharing. It doesn't matter. Stand a dimension, whatever dimension you're on, it's important. Like the one video I was saying, when you're on a lower dimension, if you will, and you're feeling it viscerally, you can explain yourself. You can explain that dimension. You can say, it's like I've said about reconnaissance. Like, we're here, souls giving some recon to spirit. Like, yo, this ain't work. You can say, hey, this shit sucks, and then we got to change it. But yeah, what else? But it's like valuable. It's valuable to everyone. That's it. Yeah. Time going almost to the hour. Cool. And keep laughing today. It was really coming through. It's just putting like I'm just going through all of it. You know, you see what people say. You see the systems. You see everything. So I gotta work more on my course creation. My 5 elements I want to do. So which you guys can check them out. The 5 phases, right? Creation of life. It's all so simple, but how do you even start a course for being able to talk about any and all of it and explain it all and bring it all to the center? Whereas, and it's not a course, it's something that we all just have to do. We have to sit around and put it all together. That's it. We'd be out of all of this mess if we did that as people. So I'm always trying to unite the clan, right? Always yelling at us. That's why I get well, I'm here to yell at the collective. And I don't yell at the collective because I'm always trying to be nice. So I think I'm gonna start yelling at the collective more. So I'm gonna, fact check this. Okay. Seriously. Like, oh no, it's fine. No, it's not fine. What is it? They're experimenting. They would never. Yeah, they would. They have been for thousands of years. You know. No, slavery didn't. No, the Tuskegee experiment. No, none of this happened. No, the Holocaust. No. What are you talking? No, didn't even happen. Wasn't even real. I mean, how are people? What are we doing? What is why? I don't even care if it didn't happen or did. The fact of this, the idea itself and all the story of it is stuff, man. Hey, so I'm out. Like, I don't like it at all. I feel I What do you want me to do? It's like we got too much of that. Well, what do you believe about this? It doesn't matter because I still gotta we still gotta go to work and do this and do, do you believe in? I mean, the Earth's flat, the Earth's round. You know what? That's great. Oh, you mean both? It's what if it's both? Now what are we gonna do? I don't know. But listen, if you're gonna right, you're gonna ship, you're gonna sail, right? Use trigonometry, not what's 2D? Two dimensional trigonometry and duonometry. Duo. Whew. Experiments prove the brain. Oh yeah, you're saying yeah. That's what I'm doing now. Shadow work after a recent. Oh yeah, good for you. It's just a cycle, And again, we're doing so much of it. We're going through so much. Okay, some of that. It's Sunday. I'm off for it. Somebody's out there. Shadow work. Shadow. Yeah, that's it. Over and over, over and over. Just clean it out. You know what to do. Get over it. You know you're fine. Sucks to feel it. Whatever. Next, right? Feel it. Know why it's there. Know why it feels bad, and it doesn't matter. you know, it's like there's that's where I don't know. To me, that's like being a kid. Where it's like kids are resilient. They let it go. You know, we got to let go of like I was saying, we'll grow out of high school, and then we start looking the way we look at everything. So that's why I wanted to call this one the reset with Metatron too. The dimensions. It's like what dimension do you want to live in, right? You can create your own dimension, but you have to embody it in the physical. If you're gonna be bitching about wanting to experience it in the physical, you can't just fucking. What I was saying, we know, and we keep trying, right? But you're trying with the stuff that you're being shown you can get, but you still can't get. You see how that works? Whatever. Or something you think that you need in order to do it. Like, well, if I had it, then I had it, right? And you wouldn't even have nothing to do because then you'd already have it. So, just figure it out and go easy on yourself. It's not about, right? Like, who's got what? How many? What? I travel the world. I haven't, over and over. See? And then see. So for Michael, for me, this human, like I'm living in Groundhog's Day my whole life because until I met all my wonderful soul fans. Because I've been trying to say this to everybody. You don't see what I'm saying. No, they don't. No, they don't. That's part of it. And I love getting through, and I love that because I love being inspired and fascinated too by things. There's tons of shit. I was saying the other day, to be bored in the world today, it's ridiculous. Like you can YouTube anything, but it's funny. As soon as you want to, you can't think of a single thing that would be good, right? So, and that's because we're used to being entertained instead of entertaining ourselves. Where's that guy with that picture of the guy? I mean, that dude, that black dude. Here's the black dude with the ball with his head on the head. Or did he have a top fade or a real short one? I think it was different in different pictures. Like playing, being. We all love that. We all love. I mean, going out and doing stuff, dressing up on Halloween. Uh, whatever. It's like what was it? Eddie Griffiths on his stand up when he's talking about, you know, you work all week. Saturday, be somebody else. It's like I'm Michael Jackson, and he can do the dance real good. So just doing that impression. But he's like get what does it say? It says get faded and get faded and be somebody else. just walk up in there, and just you earned it, you deserved it, But and don't be careful, but that imagination, guys. Everything we need is right here. It's for us all. Love yourselves, first and foremost. That's the number one. Like it's like for me, it's why I'm always smiling and laughing. Like I'm always like, because no matter what anybody says, I always have this like smart ass in me. And I don't know, I think by the societal definition we call it a smart ass. It's like my Loki, right? Well, that's because we've been watching Loki yet. But it's like, it's that trick. It's just that part of me that's just like, what are you talking about? Even if it's true, it's there. I have this challenger inside of me or something. And that gives me that perspective, that lets me just laugh things off because I don't care. Like I'm not upset about any of it. It might be ridiculous and my reaction or tone might be better. And that's what we do. But then we get triggered, right? So know your triggers. Know, because I've said that before too. The triggers. That's why they trigger you, because you're here to talk about it. Right? I love this. I love this. I love this. Like I said, we're making our human, documentaries, phone, whatever, phone books, photo books, photo books, family book. What is that called? Is a photo book? I feel like there's like a way cooler, better name. Photo album. There you go. Album. Whoever said that, I heard you. Oh, Nicole. See you, Nicole. Thanks for stopping by. Love you. Yep, I know I'm gonna take off too. Been on for a while. Gotta eat something. Like I say, I woke up. I'm like, I gotta get ready, and then it was just down. Went outside, did a workout, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I was ready to come up right away. Right away. So, all right. I love you guys. Just what's the takeaway? Dimensions of reality. So there's three. Here's your takeaway. There's three. Yep, I'll be on later too. Got it. Are we doing our thing tonight, or is that going to be next? That's next Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to be on tonight for the crypto info. Again, perspective. It's like even in the crypto. Oh, I guess I'll talk about it on there. Gosh. All right, love you. Yep, love you too, Linda. Us tonight? Us? Yes. Okay, because we were saying maybe we'll do for the solstice. Okay. Okay, cool. I was gonna check again once I got off. I was like, I gotta get because I wasn't sure. All right. Love you. Cool. I'll see you there. Can't wait. And then crypto's after that. Ooh, busy. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat and relax and do some cardio. All right, guys. Much love. Thanks for stopping by. I hope some of that made sense. And I hope you guys feel like chatting because, whoever's watching this out there, it's what we got to do. And that's why we're all wanting to start talking. It's like it's coming out. Everybody wants to say something, but yes. So just keep going with that. All right. Much love. All right, yeah. Bye. Thanks, Linda.